Hi, welcome back to Living NLP. We're continuing our month-long expose on beliefs. And today we're going to talk about the beliefs that make people fat. And, in the last episode, we talked about identity statements and how important it is to be very clear on who you think you are. And again, this is one of the most important things you can know if you want to get your health in line, because there's a big difference between I am fat and currently I am overweight, right? There's a huge difference between those things. The identity statement that says I am fat is a definitive statement that goes, that's it. Well, I am fat. Fat is me. I am fat. And if you have that in your mind, then you're not going to be able to change as easily as if you go, well, currently I am not in the state of health that I would like to be in. And that's just one of the examples of beliefs that can keep you unhealthy. And if I may add, your beliefs about fat are also perhaps keeping you fat. Because if you believe fat is bad or it's bad to be fat, fat's not bad. Your brain is made out of fat. Avocados are made out of fat. And don't you tell me that avocados are bad. So, fat isn't bad. And I don't ever refer to people as fat. As a personal trainer in many, many years, I've never said, wow, you look really fat today. It's awful. I wouldn't say that because they might already be thinking that. So I want to leave it open for them to just say, hey, currently right now, you might not be where you want to be, but with some work, we'll get you where you're going. So Nicholas, tell us some more beliefs that might keep people from being healthy.
I love that distinction, that it's not just whether or not you think you're fat, it's what you think about the word fat. Because for some people, they might not even, I'm imagining a chef who loves food and is like, yeah, I'm fat and I love it. And fine, that's your life choice. If that's what you want to, how you want to be, then good for you. I'm all for loving your body.
Yeah, and butter's fat. And, cream is fat. And you cannot have my butter and my avocados.
We're mostly talking about people who are looking at their body and they're saying, I want to change this. Even if you love your body the way that it is, you can still say, I'm not as healthy as I'd like to be. I'd like to feel different. I'd like to change the way that I am. And I can't do that. You can't do that very easily if you have a whole list of beliefs. And this is not a comprehensive list of beliefs about health. This is just some of the ones that we've run into in the work that we've done with people who want to lose weight and successfully do. So the first one that Morgan mentioned is identity statements about your weight and about fat and about yourself. Another one that I've run into is just very simply diets don't work. Either diets don't work or diets don't work for me. And this is one of those beliefs that can be pretty deep down. People can go, you know what? I never realized that for all these years I've been trying to diet and not losing weight, I actually had this belief that diets don't work for me. No matter what other people say, I'm going to stick to it, but it's not going to work. And guess what? It might not work if you believe that, but you definitely won't stick to it if you believe that. So the next one is eating healthy equals depriving myself in some capacity. Anything around this belief where people feel like they are starving themselves from pleasure or love or whatever they have connected to the way that they've been eating. And this is one you have to go in and untangle that mess if you're going to get a healthy relationship with food and your body. The next one, and this was a big one for me, is I have no discipline or I have no self-control. This was a belief that was rampant for me from my own childhood and all the shit that I picked up from my particularly unhealthy family. I picked up the belief that I have no discipline. And when I had that belief, and I would enter into a situation where I'm trying to eat healthy and I feel the slightest bit of temptation, just the thought of freaking ice cream sandwiches pops into my head, and I go, oh no, ice cream sandwiches is in my head and I have no discipline. I am eating sandwich. So these are some of the more surface level beliefs that I've run into in myself and others. Morgan, why don't you talk about some of the deeper beliefs?
Yeah, those are some really good ones, like I'm eating sandwiches, right? Powerless over food is a big deal. And then there's also the beliefs that people have that they don't deserve to be healthy. I've worked with several clients where it's like deep down they were like, well, I don't deserve to even be healthy, to live a healthy life. And that's the kind of thing that will definitely keep you from being healthy and, being in the body that you want. If you don't believe you deserve to be healthy, you're not going to be healthy. I mean, that's one example of a deep, deep unconscious belief about health that can keep you from being healthy. Another one is that if I'm overweight, let's just say, if I'm overweight, it'll protect me. Being overweight protects me. It's a form of armoring. And, that's another way of saying that if I'm thin or healthy, then blank will happen to me. If I'm thin, too many guys will hit on me. If I'm thin, or if I'm super buff, then then women will come and try and take my money from me, or who knows, right? So it's these conflicting unconscious beliefs about what health means to a person that will keep them from being healthy. Because if they think that being out of shape is protecting them from something worse than being unhealthy, they're going to stay out of shape.
Along those lines, one that I've run into with people is if I'm overweight, people will love me for who I am inside and not the way that I look. That's often reversed in people's head. It's more like if I get thin, then I won't ever know if somebody really loves me for me, and I really want to know that people love me for me, so therefore I have to put this, what I see as a barrier to loving me, which is that already implies some beliefs about what it means for that person to be fat.
Exactly. And it gets real complicated down deep where like all these beliefs are like, but I want this, but I believe this, but I need this, but I want this, and all of these different things that can be keeping someone from doing the things that they consciously know. Oh, if I just eat salads and some lean proteins and get some exercise, I can be healthy over time. But consciously they know that, but unconsciously they're not taking the actions they need to because they have these beliefs. Even just a simple belief like working out is for meatheads, jocks. And they went to a gym one time and then they didn't like the smell and they're like, ew, gross. And so they're never going to work out again because for some reason they've just decided that the gyms suck. The gyms are for meatheads.
I just had this conversation with a friend of mine who was saying he's a really, really smart guy, and he's finally getting to the age where he's like, I think I really have to start exercising. But the belief under the surface was people who exercise are jerks. People who exercise are stupid or meatheads, exactly like you said.
I think we'll just wrap this one up with the classic, Hollywood bullshit about what beauty is actually supposed to be, right? And for men and women, the ideal, the photoshopped ideal of these actors and actresses who have a full-time trainer and a chef and all this stuff, and they do their skin and everything, and we're all supposed to be perfect like them. If that's a belief you have that either I'm supposed to be perfect, which you can't be, or that I'm supposed to strive for this false ideal, then you're setting yourself up for failure, and you're probably just going to go, well, why bother trying if I can't be perfect? Then I'm just not going to even try and be healthy.
And some part of you knows it's impossible, so why bother?
And this is what we're talking about. That's some part of you that believes something that isn't serving you. We want to help you uncover that. So if you want to uncover whatever limiting beliefs you might have that are keeping you fat or unhealthy or from living in the body and feeling the way you want to feel, then come on down to the NLP Reboot. It's this Saturday, May 26th. It's from 11 to 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be a full day of uncovering beliefs, changing beliefs, exercises, practice with people just like you. And go to the website, www.nlpreboot.com to sign up and learn more, and we'll see you there.